Hello everyone, I hope you're having a good day and welcome to a new video update for Bitcoin price prediction based on Elliott Wave analysis. So I'm gonna start with the daily time frame, and we can see that we already have done a previous cycle over there, reaching the higher high of that cycle around 69,000. And after the drop down of that cycle, we saw another new cycle that we are currently into it. And during this cycle, we have seen a 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we are still looking for a wave 5 towards the upside. Now, an alternative scenario can also be there, which it could be a 1, 2, and then 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5. Now, of course, this scenario has less possibilities, but still an option, right? In the scenario of 1, 2, 1, 2, we could see a much more explosive and massive wave 3 towards the upside, reaching over 100K. While in the scenario, which it has now a higher possibility as 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5, we are looking only for a wave 5 with an impulse, of course, and reaching around 100K or maybe less. So if in the case that we are in the green scenario for an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we are looking forward for a wave 5 to be almost equivalent or equal to wave 1 in price and time. Starting from this point, because we are looking for, after a correction after wave 3, we are looking to an ABC correction, and we are looking forward for a 1 and 2, and then move up towards the wave 5 target. Now, the fib levels of a wave 5 can be many. Of course, this is one alternative or one option. Another option could be taken, of course, with the fib level after reaching the wave 2 target, taken from the base level from here to there and getting into the 1.618 fib level to get around $87,000. It could also push higher towards the 2.618 and reaching 103K. Another fib level taken from the 1, 2, taken from the 1 to the wave 3, and then base extension to the level 2, and give us almost at 0.618 around 88,900, right? Thousand, or let's say 89,000. So these are almost the fib levels that we can watch here. So basically, we have this area as a target for a wave 5, right? This area exactly is to watch as for the fib level. Now, moving forward inside the wave 2, what is going on inside the wave 2? So what we're gonna see now is a close. Let me just put this also in the scenario. All right, so moving to the wave 1. Moving to the wave 1 of wave 5, right? We have seen also a bullish impulse before, finishing several impulses inside each other's, right? Now, of course, I reduce the impulses which are inside this whole wave to have less complex things and much better reading, right? Even I'm gonna remove this for much more clarity. So what we can say now here, that we have two impulses, one in orange, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, finishing the wave 3 in green for a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And with the 5 finishing in the wave 1 of the bigger impulse, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So this is exactly what we want to see when we want to start to form a higher price, right? So what we are expecting, of course, is a wave 2 with 3-wave correction reaching around this green box of 59,000 and 56,900. Preferably to come to this area, because we already talked about a CME gap existing already here on the weekly chart, which is very necessary to close this gap before we move up. Preferably to close it in wave 2 rather than moving up without closing it is much more preferably, because it's gonna keep some fear and some doubt that we might reverse directly to close this gap and then move on again. All right, so this is the thing. This is for the day, for the 1 hour chart. This is what I'm expecting, of course, to move with a 3 correction wave ABC and move on, of course, inside this box. Now, looking a little bit further inside, as yesterday we have mentioned, we have finished, of course, the wave 5 of the main impulse, right? And we have expected, of course, to get also after an expanded flat here to have a wave C, very sharp, very aggressive, and very fast. And this is exactly what happened. It has reached exactly the fib levels, as well as we mentioned, for an expanded wave C, expanded flat. Here we go. Yeah, so we have reached exactly the 1.38 fib level at 66,275, which is perfect area for a wave C for an expanded flat. Now, yesterday I went even much more deeper into the analysis. So on the 15-minute chart, well, I don't want to, of course, like explain all of this, all right? I mean, I went so deep into each wave inside this impulse just to test also the strengths of Bitcoin, and when retracing and when pulling up with impulses and everything. So I love to, of course, check the fib levels and if it has reached the right fib levels and so on. Now, of course, it's not so important to see that closely. What is important for me is to show you here what happened, okay? After this wave C towards the downside. Okay, so what happened inside it, it's really hard to see because you see one line, right? But if you go inside the 5-minute of it, right, we can see exactly how the impulse has worked perfectly here. So we have a 1, 2, it was very aggressive and fast, hitting only the 0.38, which is the minimum requirement for a wave 2, right? So that is a signal that it is a very aggressive and very fast, right? It's going down. So we got a 1, 2, and then 3, having 3, 4, and 5 inside this impulse, making the wave 3, all right, and reaching almost 1.618 and even further a little bit, which also a strong signal for a downtrend. Then for a wave 4, reaching only the 0.23 again, yeah, as a wave 4, which is also the minimum required fib level for a wave 4. And then moving on, reaching 2.618 for that impulse, which is very high fib level and very strong and aggressive trend as expected. Now, what do I expect later? Here comes the thing. Because after this 5 waves, all right, and here I know I'm in the 5-minute, but to see it much more clearer, I see a correction as A, B, and C, right? This correction has reached only the 0.236 fib level. And here is a question mark, okay? Because if I'm gonna, now we have 2 options, right? Only 2 options. Whether this is a wave 1, okay, the whole impulse, or a wave A, right? One of these. So we got a correction after, which is perfect with 3 waves. That means we're moving down after. That's exactly what happened. That's perfect. However, what I want to know, what is the possibility? Is it 1 or is it A? Why? Because if that is 1, okay, if that is 1, that means I'm expecting a 1, 2, right, 3, like long 3, 4, 5, right? And of course that happened differently. Yesterday I did this analysis somewhere here, and now I got exactly the answer as I want, right? So because we hit only the 0.23 fib level as a correction, okay, which is very low fib level and uncommon for a wave 2, right? So it's a very low possibility that this is a 1 and then 2. The higher possibility for that this is a B, because B has much more possibility to reach the 0.23 fib level than a wave 2. Therefore, what do I get from this is I'm expecting still an A, B, and a C as a zigzag. Alright? So this is why, of course, I went so close into the fib level and so on to know exactly what pattern could we get. So if we, in that case, if we get a zigzag, an ABC, what I am expecting after is, of course, to reach almost the 1-to-1 level, the fib level that we see here, right? So this is for the A, for the C, right? This is, which is 64,000 exactly, all right? Which is a very psychological number as well, which is very logic also. So this is what I'm expecting, is to move further, of course, down, forming a wave, one more wave towards the downside, which it should be impulsive, by the way, right? It should be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? But it should look like at the end that it looks like a zigzag, okay? Like that. So this is my expectation, and why I did this, because of course this might lead to different scenarios even later, okay? In case I get a zigzag here, it would still not have reached the 0.38 fib level, which is a support. I'm gonna show you that in bigger picture now. So this is my support here, guys. I know this is too much now, but I'm gonna recap this without it, however. Okay, so what is the thing? So here is my support for the wave 2, right? And the wave 2 requires minimum fib level at 0.38. If I get a zigzag to this level here, it's still not enough to reach this fib level. Therefore, I will have to still expect another ABC, right? After having a zigzag here, right? I'm still expecting an A, B, and a C. At least reaching these fib levels here, at least as minimum requirements. Now, of course, another scenario is open as well to fill the gap, which it could be an ABC again, and that makes the whole correction as A, B, and C. So this is a scenario that has led this small thing here that happened, right? This small zigzag that it has started, it could lead to this, right? Now, the other scenario that I expected before was this one is, rather than having a zigzag, is an impulse. In case we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, in an impulse, yeah, we would have reached already the target, required target for a 2, filling half of the CME gap, then retrace, right, with ABC, then move down again with an impulse, and that makes again an ABC 3 correction wave, filling the wave 2 and the CME gap. So yeah, of course this is a very low possibility now because of the fib level, the small fib level that I got here. I know with this small micro analysis, sometimes it's very important to analyze it because it gives you signal what's going on, right? So and of course this is still an option, right? So it could reverse towards the upside, possibly. I mean, not reverse, but we could have like A, B, and C, right? It could be an expanded flat. That's possible. But however, because the trend is going down on a higher amount of volume, so I'm still expecting to go a little bit more down, forming a zigzag. Okay, but don't forget this also, that there is a possibility to go with an ABC towards a high, but of course not reaching so much higher. Okay, because if that is an ABC, don't forget that this is a correction, and then we are moving down again if that happened. So this is the case. But if that scenario happened, of course, then I have to start working on another scenario for the future, right? For how the wave 2 could form in shape. Okay, this is very important for me to shape a little bit the wave 2 path, and yeah, get 2 or 3 scenario maximum with one higher possibility to move on it, and yeah, to watch every day what is going on and if it's working with it or not, right? And in that way we can discover, of course, much more where the price could go, where the price could which level could hit as well, right? So I'm gonna recap now. So what I'm expecting, I'm gonna remove all these studies there. So what I'm expecting, guys, is I'm gonna put it at the 1 hour to make it much more clear. What I'm expecting is an A, a B, and a C. All right. So I'm gonna label this A, B, and C. Okay. So this is the highest expectation now. All right. Is it? Oh my God. Sorry. Here we go. And yeah, this is the highest expectation now, is to move down, reaching also the fib level for a zigzag. Here we go. This is a zigzag extension. Here we go. All right. This is a fib level that I'm expecting. All right. Here we go. Yeah, at 64,000, as I mentioned before. Exactly. Yep. So this is the highest expectation for now, is a zigzag retracement, then ABC, maybe reaching also the CME gap later on. Okay, so let's see how it's gonna work. And don't forget also there is a possibility of a expanded flat again as a reversal or correction, and then move on down again with the same scenario, ABC. So nothing has different. The difference is that the B has shifted to this area. Okay, so this is the only thing. But if that happened, it might be also several other scenarios, which I'm gonna look at it later on. Thank you for watching. I hope that you're having a nice day. Of course, I'm gonna follow up today with an intraday video later on to see what happened, and to read things. Alright guys, so thank you for watching again, and don't forget to hit the like button if you like the content, and subscribe if you didn't yet subscribe. See you in the next video. Bye bye.